Larry Leonard on the tee here, the third hole. 2 down after the first 2. One of the first signature holes, only 389 feet.
Expect to see the players throwing it towards the right-hand side and have it fading back, skipping up towards the basket.
And that's twice Larry's been interrupted before he threw, but great concentration. That's got to get down. That's a little hot.
I think he's going to be okay. That was a mid-range disc, so you're not going to get a lot of skip on that.
It looks to be in his bread and butter range again. Larry off to a really good start this Sunday afternoon.
Ron's got a driver in his hand. That surprises me a little bit. I thought he'd be throwing a Comet right here.
Ron, 1999 world champ, has just been back on tour this year and has really made his presence powerful as he's came back from his injury.
He sure has. He's had a wonderful year. He might get a skip on that.
Well, that could be dangerous, and that could go OB. I can't tell from here. That's going to be close. Scott Martin now, we can see the advantage of the left hand on this hole with that OB cut so tight.
That's right. Even if a player is to carry it too far to the right and end up in the trees, if they get a 3 from there, mentally that's not as bad as if they had gone OB.
And Scott's put it out over the OB, and that thing is running at the basket nicely. And he's going to have a nice birdie putt from about 40 feet, it appears. Avery Jenkins now desperately looking to get a birdie and to get his game going as he's fallen to the bottom of this card in 8th place as he has gone par-par.
Avery also with mid-range. I would expect he would throw a little bit to the right, but mostly straight at it.
Well, that's a really good line he's took, and that might be hunting the basket. Beautiful shot by Avery Jenkins as he's got a solid chance for his first birdie of the day. Ron Russell now with a fortunate lie as he is barely inbounds and well within his putting range, Julie.
Oh yes, this is definitely a putt that he expects to make.
And Ron with a birdie on his first hole, a par on the second hole, looking to stay on the ring and get to 2 under par after 3 holes. And that's a solid putt from Ron Russell. And he goes to 2 under after 3 holes. Looks like Scott Martin will be away next. Scott's about 40 feet coming uphill a little bit.
What Scott's doing right now is actually checking the distance for himself. By stepping it off, he can tell pretty close to how far the basket is from where his disc lies.
A lot of the guys out here will do that in case of the hot putt opportunity, but I don't know that Scott really owns a hot putt.
No, I wouldn't expect to see Scott pulling out a jump putt at all.
Looks like he's got an old school putter, a really nice floater, and that's a solid putt and a good start for Scott Martin. Scott Martin also goes to 2 down after the first 3 holes. Avery Jenkins with an opportunity there at an ace run.
He actually skipped past farther than it appeared from the tee, but he should still have no problem putting this in for a deuce.
Avery desperately needing a birdie to get off to a hot start and move himself into a tie for 6th place. And this is well within Avery's butter range. He should be able to take care of this. And Avery again is low, and he seems to be a little bit nervous. I'm not sure. He's played in front of crowds before, and he's definitely dealt with a TV camera before.
That disc never got above his waist. He has a nose-down putt, so he really has to start it off a little bit taller than that.
Larry Leonard with a solid putt to move into 6th place, by himself now. Larry Leonard off to a good start here on the short hole, easiest hole on the course, 269 feet with a man-made obstacle, Julie.
The players are going to be throwing a spike hyzer on this shot. A little bit of a left to right wind, which is going to push the disc down.
That was close, but that is a really nice shot, and he should have an opportunity there to get to 5 down after the first 7 holes.
It's a rather unconventional hole with the lattice work in front of the basket, a bunker on both the right and left side. The players want to make sure they're inside of that so they've got an unobstructed putt.
Ron's got his blue mid-range disc again here. He has really worked that thing beautifully today. Oh, he's going right at it, and that is a beautiful effort. Maybe a... Oh, that was so close.
It's a much more technical shot. That's a really, really excellent drive by Ron.
Much harder shot than that spike anhyzer, I would agree. Avery Jenkins, I believe he is lining up the spike hyzer. And that's a solid shot for Avery, who's looking for his third birdie in a row. And oh, he almost skips that in, and that's a beautiful shot by Avery Jenkins.
Now, with Scott being a lefty, he's got to worry about the wind pushing this a little bit too far to the right.
Scott's going to be going out towards the left side of the lake and trying to do the exact same thing the right-handers are doing with his left-handed spike hyzer.
He has to worry more about the road than he does the water.
He has got on that. Boy, that is really a hard pitch, and that is headed right at the bucket. Oh! And he hits the chains, and that is a near ace for Scott Martin. Ron Russell now with a mere tap-in for him from about 20 feet, Julie.
Really should be no problem here. This is the last birdie opportunity for a while. Or I should say the last opportunity to get a two for a while.
That is a solid putt. Larry Leonard very close to the basket. He'll be forced to use a straddle because of that bush he's under, but Larry is a very good straddle putter. Larry looking for his 5th birdie out of the first 7 holes here, and he's got it. Avery Jenkins with a tap in for his birdie. That's 3 in a row, and Avery's ready to go now.
It's 2 down for Avery, I believe.
Leader Group, Hole 7, USDGC's 2002. Brian Sullivan with Women's World Champ Tess Redding. We're on Hole 7, 269 feet. This is statistically the easiest hole on this course.
Most groups I've seen play it, there's 2 4 that get it. I would believe it is the easiest one.
Yeah.
Big skip for Barry. Oh, the crowd goes.
Well, the big skip almost brought him into that water there behind and to the right, or rather the left of the basket, but it does appear that Barry Schultz is safe.
Good.
Now the leader, Ken Claimo from Clearwater, Florida.
Everyone, when they play this high hyzer, has that opportunity to fall into that lake. Ken's coming more at an angle. Whew.
And Ken was looking for the ace run there and almost found himself OB as well, but he is safe.
Yes. The first 2 got the crowd gasping.
You see the artificial out-of-bounds, or rather the artificial hazards surrounding this basket. There is a fence that is fairly low, but nonetheless has taken out a number of players this week.
Yes, it'll make you have a different putt. Lots of turbos, people straddling.
Young is right there with a nice big Horkenheiser shot. And finally, here's Craig Ganglov.
You've seen 3 hyzers. There's many ways to play this.
And he's going to take the more direct approach.
Well, let's see something.
Right over the top.
Yeah.
Nice looking line. And there's a chance. It looks like that may be OB. 3 of these players have danced with the pond, and only one, Craig Ganglov, ended up actually in the drink. So he's going to be putting 3 from a very steep bank, and he has 30 feet to the basket.
Looks like he's going to throw a turbo putt to try to get his reach up and over that bush that he's in.
This is an incredibly difficult stance he's trying to work with.
Oh, lots of obstructions.
The line was good. He
Yes, it was.
just off to the left side, and Ganglov is looking in for. Claimo now getting set down on that bank. He's going to have an easier stance than Ganglov did.
Yes, and Claimo is tall, so he's able to actually view the basket, and it looks like he's going to be relatively free. His hands will be able to swing freely through his putting motion.
35 feet away.
Claimo had a good stance. Good putt.
Wow. From any angle, this guy can get him in the chains. It's just incredible. So Schultz now, he's got to find a stance down there. And a big sigh of relief when he first spotted his disc just at the edge.
Oh, they were both just hanging on. Just a hop and an over, one more dribble, and they were wet.
And after a meter relief from the out-of-bounds hazard, Schultz is going to have 35 feet to go.
Yeah, he's looking for his footing right now. So important to have good footing when you're on the ledge. It gives you the confidence to focus on the putt and not worry about your footing.
Looks like he's found his spot. Here comes the putt.
What's that? Oh,
And
just skip the dishpan.
Looked like he gagged a little bit as he was releasing that disc. He didn't like it from the get-go there, Des.
Worm, the only one who gets to have proper footing. He made it inside the hay bales and has landed on the putting green.
I can certainly understand Ganglov being aggressive on this short, easy hole, but Claimo and Schultz a little more of a surprise there.
I think the Spike Heiser is their shot all the day. It just bounced a little. Oh.
And Worm is got a little case of the yips going.
Yes,
here.
he does.
Ganglov, that for 4, and
That
it's a
hurts. You really need to get the 2, definitely not the 4.
and a big critical missed putt there, and it's going to be a 3 for Worm, 3 for Schultz. Hole 8, and Claimo on the pad.
Claimo took the left route yesterday, and it really provided him a good shot.
And he is clearly disappointed about the whack off the tree.
Yes, you really want to try to push out, but it's such a pretty hole. You can really clip about any of those trees.
This is 592 feet, lots of trees initially off the fairway. And as the fairway narrows, you have out of balance areas all off to the left side, also to the right. And Schultz is away.
He likes to feed the middle. We've seen 2 of the 3 lines that you can play to solve this hole.
With a hole this long, a roller could be an option, but you've got all the trees, and then you have the out-of-bounds area, and as we know, rollers can be sometimes a little less controllable than
Yes, they
air
can.
shots. We're struggling here in this nerve-wracking round. He's currently 1 over par. And the struggles are going to continue.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go now. Still hasn't made it through the forest.
And finally, Maryland's Craig Ganglov.
Ganglov's had some woes of his own. He's really looking to turn his game around. This is a different hole than most of them out here could do it for.
And he's going with the Anheuser shot.
There is some clean up there, but everyone seems pleased. A good shot.
Good distance there. Still 400 feet to go for Mike Young, and a very long technical shot coming up here.
Yes, he might lay down a boulder. He really wants to get out as far as he can. And with that slope to the right, he can hit it. Come down the slope, curl up towards the pin.
On the other hand, you start taking risks on this course, and you can be punished, and punished quickly.
That is the fine line of this course. Risk, reward, play it safe. There are so many ways. We'll see a roller.
Needs to turn in.
Come on, come on. He really wants it to come down that hill.
He looks like got into the high grass and got slowed down. He's now in the bush. Second shot for Claimo coming up on this par 4. He's got 300 feet to go, and he goes to the air.
Tree right in front of him. This is cutting towards the OB line.
Look out.
He's on the left side, that's all I can tell.
Great drive from Schultz, and he is sitting, looking at about a 280-foot shot straight ahead, but of course plenty of trouble to be found if you get off the fairway.
Yeah, he has the really clean shot. He just mirrored that hill right by the...
Ganglov also with a killer drive. Here's his second shot, 250 feet to go, and this one has got a great start going.
Just look at that. Oh, that is what you'd like to see.
And a lucky break for Claimo on his long approach. He was flirting with the OB, but he's going to be safe. And third shot now.
He's got a longer putt at it, but it is a putt no less.
60-footer.
The medal.
Schultz has 45 to go.
I really thought his approach was going to be a little closer than it was. So as I was warming up, you need to put an extra 20% on this hole.
He needs to seize this opportunity and just can't get it to stay in the chains. And now Young is going to bang this 12-footer home. Oh, I take that back, and the yips are continuing here for Mike Young. He is not able to hit these short putts.
That is devastating for him. He really worked hard to get that 4.
So at this point, Young is going to have to start concerning himself with hanging on to third place
He's
as opposed
thinking
to
about
moving
it.
up. 8 down, USDGC.
Disc golf is the new outdoor sport for the entire family. This environmentally friendly game is now being enjoyed by hundreds of thousands of players on over 1,200 courses worldwide. For the past 25 years, the Professional Disc Golf Association has been there, guiding disc golf into the future. The PDGA is an international nonprofit member organization that serves both professional and amateur disc golfers. The Professional Disc Golf Association, guiding disc golf into the future.
And that is going to do it for part 2 of our coverage from the United States Disc Golf Championship in Rockville, South Carolina, where Ken Claimo has extended his lead to 3 strokes over defending U.S. champ Barry Schultz. Young and Ganglov are close behind. Stop by and see us online. We're at disctv.disclife.com, where you can order tapes of the show and find more information about us. Next week, it's the conclusion to the U.S. Championship, where our winner will be crowned, plus the final player rankings for the 2002 season. Until then, I'm Brian Sullivan. Thanks for watching DiscTV. DiscTV is brought to you in part by the Professional Disc Golf Association, guiding disc golf into the future. Irving's Hot Dogs. For red hot lovers, make it Irving's. Innova Champion Discs, #1 in disc golf. And by DiscLife.com, the world leader in disc golf.